Welcome to Control, episode 21, where we shoot some stuff. So the first time I played Control, I really liked this stuff, these red shootable nodes. Because no one explained to me that I was supposed to shoot them. I just discovered it on my own, and it felt like a real accomplishment when I figured out that that was clearing a way forward. It just felt cool, felt like I was discovering something. I don't know whether or not that's the same for everybody. It could be that everybody has a different experience, but I just thought I'd mention it.
She's in trouble. I need to reach her.
Why? Why do you care? Who is she? Does she have anything to do with what you're doing? Does she matter? Is there any emotion tied to her? No, there's not. So here you can see that we're supposed to go that way, but it's all blocked off by hiss growth. So we have to go this way. And I love this visual. This is, obviously, I've always got a weak spot for visuals where the light is, there's one really, really good source of light. But I really also enjoy the walls here. The rest of this sector is all about the, the art that is all cubic, the cubic art that we've seen. And here we've got the same basic setup, but it's out of control. It's tilting and it's pressing down. That feels really natural and it feels really promising. This is like, yeah, this is the kind of thing I'd expect to see. I think that they probably didn't really intend on that. I think that this just happens to be the one sector where their cubic art choice ends up working. Can't say though, because I didn't build it. They did. Still, I love this. This just feels super nice. It's like exactly what we want out of this sector. We've also got plenty of dudes to fight, so I guess we'll do that now. Now the reason I'm running around up here is because there's a sniper. Sniper is annoying, so I'll get nice and close so he can't snipe me. Sniper, no sniping. Where'd he go? Oh, more baddies. Monster closets. Next. Alright, that was everybody. So now we can talk about this room. I am a little bit torn on this room, and let's talk about why. This is the containment room, one of many containment rooms. And you can see that they've basically got all of these cells where the various characters, various OOPs are contained. We've got these red cells, those are presumably hiss-infected, and then we've got these normal cells, which are presumably normal as an OOP can be, anyway. But I don't really like that idea. I don't really like the way that these are laid out. It feels like it's something that would go into a proposal for a building, and then you'd build it, and it wouldn't work, and you'd have to completely change things around. You know what I mean? Basically, it feels like these are, and I'm sure this is not on accident, these are inspired by psychology wards, right? Like you've got the padded cells or whatever. But the things that are being contained in these rooms are not humans. They are not psychological elements. They're magic items. They have very, very strange properties. Trying to contain them like this seems like it would not even come close to working. And I know that they escape fairly regularly, but I mean, it shouldn't even work that well. At least in my mind. Anyway, here we can see some dudes we're going to see a lot of. And we'll see more of them later. The visual of this room shouts, Arkham City supervillains, not OOP. That's how I feel about that. I do, however, like the room itself. I like how it's got the art on the wall instead of windows. I like how it's got these circular things on the roof. It just feels like, if this was actually to house supervillains, it would feel very, very natural. I just don't think it serves for OOPs because I'm a snob. Here we got a person who's going to tell us a little bit about, I think, the Astral Plane.
The Astral Plane.
Yeah.
Similar to an iceberg, what you see is not what you always get. This is vitally important to the Bureau. Most information...
We've just cleared out the control point, meaning that some of the places that were congested are now uncongested. And that means that we're going to be able to get back out the way we came. And that's really why we're here. We're literally just clearing up the spot that was cluttered up before. We're headed right back to central research. You can see there's a couple of things here. We see these hints of these hypercube shadows. I don't know where they came up with the idea to color the hypercube shadows like this. It's an interesting sort of trinary visual. It sort of works, but it was a strange inspiration. I'm not sure where they came up with that. And I think most people find it super confusing because it's not really sensical. That's fine, though. Nonsensical puzzles are what I like best.
An early hypothesis was that the mindscape of the Astral Plane is subjective.
They're telling us now about the Astral Plane, which is one of those... It's that place I don't like very much. I just don't... I don't respect it as, you know, an important part of the game. It just feels tacked on.
I can't believe they keep that thing here.
This is an invincible creature. We're supposed to go trap it, so let's go trap it. Oh, is there like a... Just checking for loot. I don't see any. Now, we have a small advantage over most players. We're invincible. Now, in theory, we should be running around in fear, trying to figure out how to lure it in here. In practice, if you're invincible, it's not that hard. Exciting stuff.
What was the Bureau doing with that thing?
Obviously, that's not the recommended actual play approach. I'm just kind of pushing through because that's not a level design element. I mean, it is from some extent. An invincible enemy you have to play cat and mouse with is technically part of the levels. But it's not part of the levels that I much care for. Anyway, let's see where we can go now. I've forgotten which of these exits. I think it's this one? Yeah, this looks like it.
Someone answer, damn it!
Yeah,
We
this is
need
it.
backup down here.
Another classic case of cabinets with stuff in them. I am a sucker for wire porn, and this is pretty good. It's clear that someone modeled these specifically to be allowed to make into repeatable elements, because these kinds of splices are dead giveaways. If you see a splice like this, that means that the whole point is that the repeating element doesn't have any more or fewer wires than it started with. So if you see this kind of splice, you know guaranteed it's part of a modular repeating kit rather than bespoke content.
Marshall, are you still there?
Shit. We're so close.
To what?
We need to hurry.
Why? We got some more glowies. We got a new kind of enemy, these hiss clusters. And the hiss clusters just repair enemies. If you kill them, it doesn't really matter. So the hiss cluster has, you know, a limited effectiveness in this kind of fight. However, we could kill it from here. Not with that, though. We need to use a gun that's actually going to function. Boom! His cluster dead. Just do some sniping. I see you over there, Mr. McRocket Launcher. Now, we also have some dudes hiding in these chairs. See them? Boom, boom. Come and play. Ooh. Surprise. Not sure who threw that. Oh, those guys. Yes, I see you now. This is a bad angle to fight you from. Let's go around and do some fighting up close. Thanks for coming down and saying hi. You might have actually been dangerous if you hadn't moved. Is there more loot? I guess not. So we'll go up there, we'll kill them, and then we'll talk about this room, and then we'll be done with the episode. How exciting. Ooh, I got hit. Curses. One of those dudes vanished. There's an enemy up there that's got, like, a gun and shields and shit. It happens. So the key to this guy is to kill him. It is a very delicate operation, full of throwing his own explosives back at him and then shooting him a bunch, because why not? Exciting. Alright, so now let's talk about this room, and I guess we'll start at the side that we're on. First, let's clear it. And that is a path straight back to where we started. We'll talk about that path because it's worth talking about as a level design thing. But let's talk about this. Well, you know, it's already been 12 minutes. We'll put it off.
We've encountered heavy resistance. We've fallen back to the lock department. All agents are ordered to converge.
Yay. I'll see you in the next episode.